We are so excited to be here. My name's Dean Payne from the Create Flexible Office Space, and this is
Rory from the Marketing Guys.
And our carpool head honcho today that you are going to be so excited to meet is Elias Kanaris from Insight and Strategy Group. Bring it on. Nice to have you here, mate.
Great to be here.
This guy specializes in home loans and helping you to achieve your financial freedom faster. I think we're all going to be very interested in this topic.
Yeah.
So let's get into this. But before we go absolutely anywhere, is there a song that kind of gets your groove on?
Hey, look, I'm old school, so if I thought of a song, I thought David Bowie, I don't know, Bruce Springsteen, Steely Dan, then I thought Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah!
Lynyrd Skynyrd!
What song?
Sweet Home
Alabama!
Bring it on. DJ
Come on.
Roro got it for you.
Big wheels keep on turning. Count me home, see my kin. Singing songs about the Southland. I miss Alabama once again. I've got to sing. Yeah. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you. Cool. So Elias, president of the Global Speakers Association, globally, of course, and having spoken yourself in 4 continents,
Wow.
13 countries, being responsible for 53,000 thought leaders. Get that? What? I think he's going to have a good thought or two. No pressure. That's a pretty big accolade. What was the drive to get there, and how does it kind of correlate to what you're doing now?
Well, very simply, I've always had this vision of positively impacting 1 million households around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And when you talk on stage to hundreds or thousands of people, that number accumulates. However, at the end, you don't get to see them after you walk off stage.
Yeah.
Now, with home loans, I get to positively impact a household by helping them to pay off the mortgage quicker and to get faster financial freedom. And that's what we're all about,
Brilliant.
especially post-COVID.
Brilliant.
Wow.
And I think this is such a hot topic because
It
of
is.
COVID. And, talking about mortgages, we're also going to credit cards. I mean, lending is such a good thing. It can be a good thing for a business, but it can also be really, really challenging for people that are not educated. Because were you educated about credit in school?
Not at all.
No.
And this really gets, gets my 90 rippled. I don't know if that's the right thing to say or not. What I'm trying to say is they do not teach this stuff in schools, and it really hacks me off.
No, they don't teach you, and the trouble is the banks want you because they're interested in you. Why is it interested? Because they charge you interest on what you spend. So you go and get a loan, you go back home, by the time you've left the bank, you're at home, you've got a letter in the box, it's a credit card application. And most young people are told, just pay the minimum. No, you're paying up to 18% interest
Wow.
on what you're not paying back. And that's not just once, it's all the time. I've heard of a 70-year-old lady who had over $15,000 of interest
Wow.
on a $4,000 purchase.
You kidding?
So there's a reason why the banks are in these big flash buildings and we're living in little homes, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, help us, Elias. It's a big deal for not just young people, but people of any age to get onto the property ladder now. Can you give us some thoughts and ideas about how we can do that quicker?
Yeah, look, you'll hear reports that says it'll take you 9 years to save your deposit. It's not true. Let me talk to you about this concept of fragments. Jesus, when he was there with his disciples, preaching to 5,000 people, decided at the end they wanted to feed them. Now, they only had 5 loaves, 2 fish, which he blessed, and they hand out to everybody. At the end, they collected 12 baskets of fragments.
Wow.
Now, in life, you're creating fragments all the time. Ask yourself, how can I use these fragments to, instead of paying for my coffee, let me take that and put that $4 into a savings account every day.
Ooh.
So $4 becomes $20 a week. $20 becomes $2,000 over the course of a year.
Wow.
That's a fragment that you can use.
Brilliant.
And I think in life we can be quite wasteful, right? We just, what's some of the quick examples would you say that we can be quite wasteful?
Well, wasteful. If
I want more lots of $2,000. I want my $2,000 to be $10,000. Help me, Elias.
Look, great program on TV called Eat Well New Zealand. They went in, they analysed what they spent the money on, and they did an experiment. Instead of you paying for this top brand, we'll give you a different brand, and we'll let you choose the end of the week whether you want to stick to your old brand or the new one.
Yeah.
Most people couldn't notice the difference, but we're saving, $5 or $10 on an item just by swapping things out. Another fragment which you can use to reduce your grocery bills and make your life easier.
And start to save.
Right?
Savings.
And does it matter how much you're saving? Like, sometimes if you think, what's the point? I'm only saving $20 a week or $40 or $50 a week. Does it, you think, stuff it, I'll just go spend it.
Look, it's the most important thing to get in the habit of saving right now. The banks have a formula, and the formula says that if you look at the cost of your mortgage repayment, it's got to be less than or equal to your current rental plus your savings. So if your rental, you're paying out every month for your accommodation, and your accumulated savings, they want to see you save all the time. They don't want to see a lump sum arrive. It's called anti-money laundering. They don't like that, folks. Mum and dad might help, but you've got to do it in the right way and show that you are responsible and good character credit-wise.
So let's get to this. Let's tell our audience, how can we pay off our mortgages quicker? Is there a little tip you can give us?
We want that financial freedom, baby.
Give it to
Okay,
us.
financial freedom. It's a concept called variable offset mortgage. It sounds big, it sounds good, but it's about saying, hey, if you've got money that sits in a savings account, at the moment you get next to no interest. It's not worth anything.
Zilch.
But you can attribute that money and offset your mortgage. So every dollar you have sitting in the account means it is $1 less interest you are paying. And this concept is now available in New Zealand, has been for a couple of years, not very well known. But if you look and talk to me, I'll show you how you might be able to apply that in your situation to pay off your mortgage quicker. How much will you save? Well, it depends. If you've got $1 million house and $1 million mortgage, you could potentially save thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe 200,000 plus, and shave off up to, 8, 10, 12 years from a 30-year mortgage.
Wow. Imagine that, guys. Being able to not pay a house off for 12 years and have that money to yourself. Another $250,000 to go buy another house or retire on with it.
Retire happy,
Okay. So you've given us some great ideas about how we can save the fragments. You've given us some great ideas about paying it off quicker. So let's just say we've saved our money, we want to go buy that house, and we go to apply, to the banks or the financial institutions for a loan. What sort of snags are there?
Biggest snag that gets people is credit history and credit worthiness. If you look at today, we have Afterpay. So Afterpay is a great concept. You go there, you buy your item, and then you pay it off later on. Now the trouble is, if you miss a payment, even a $20 payment, you get pinged by the financial institute, and they all share your information. Absolutely. And if I've got one tip is pay everything off in time. And start to even use a reminder on your phone to pay it off.
This is so critical, because this is what they do not teach our kids in schools, is that it could be as little as $20 could cost you from being able to get a $1 million mortgage when you're 25 or 30.
Correct.
They do not understand that simple habit of paying it off on time really does affect your credit rating. And so that's a really, really important thing to do, guys, is to, and from experience, to look out for your credit rating. Can you tell us, Elias, how do we find out about our own credit rating? It's almost like people know there's data about it. Do we have access to it?
Yeah, you've got full access to all your data, and there were some adverts on TV again that said go to a website called creditsimple.co.nz. You can set up your profile, you can go and check things out. It won't give you a very in-depth report, but it'll be a good starting point. And then there are other services, some you have to pay for, some you don't, which we can get you the information. But start off with creditsimple.co.nz and pay everything off on time.
Wow.
Good tip.
Can you summarize what we've learned today? Because I think it's just gold, right? Come on, you do it for us.
Look, if I'm going to summarize, make sure you get fragments in everything that's out there. Just look for little areas you can
shaving off a little bit.
Even if you're in business, do I need the premium subscription or can I go for that free subscription? You know, and then cut off $10 here, $15 there. Save as much as you can from day one. Start putting aside even $4.50 or $4 is going to be paid for a coffee. Put it into your bank account and start saving. And then the third thing is, make sure that you pay everything off on time.
Yeah.
Those are the top 3 tips.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you one last thing. This fragment hunting or finding, how frequently should we do it in our households, and how frequently should we do it in business?
I go back to what Jim Collins once taught us, and Jim Collins, great author, Good to Great, and a number of other books. He turned around and said, in your calendar, put some PWS. PWS stands for personal white space. And personal white space is where you have time by yourself. It might be as small as 5 minutes a day. It could be up to 3 days in the end of the year. And just sit there and analyze what you're doing. At least once a month, spend a couple of hours, and once a year, 3 days. Analyze everything, go back through everything at that stage.
Wow. Guys, this is a man, especially after COVID, I know a lot of us are sitting in tough situations. Get hold of Elias. He's going to help you. Elias, do you have any contact details for us, and do you have an offer for our audience today?
Look, I want to give something back, and I've got a couple of things that I think will add value. Number one, I want to give you the top 6 tips to reduce debt and money worries.
Yeah.
Top 6.
Bring it on.
I'll take that.
I've had a sneaky download. Did you see me? Yeah, I got ahead of the game, mate. They are really, really good tips.
Honestly, top 6 tips, but wait, there's more. I want to also
This boy's on TV.
I want to also give you a special workbook, your 5-year goal workbook.
Oh, wow.
And this will help you to look at your budgeting, how you can start to put aside that $5, $10, $15, $20 a week into your savings account. And you can get hold of that by going to gettalk.at/Elias.
Right, we'll have that in the post.
Absolutely. And if you want to get hold of me, you can find out more at reducedebt.nz, and there you'll see all the webinars and seminars I'm involved with, and there'll be a promo code for you to use to get in for free. But wait, there's more. Could it get any better? If you want, you can get hold of me and I'll give you a 20-minute free assessment just to see where you're at today, to see whether or not I can help you with your mortgage.
Oh, wonderful.
Awesome. And that could end up saving you 12 years and 200 or 300 grand, guys. Get a hold of Elias. I can tell you, you will not be disappointed. I've just loved this time in the car with
Really
you,
good.
Elias.
Thank you.
Particularly singing that cool song, man. Had a bit of a sweat going on there, I must admit.
Cool. Thank you, guys. Last but not least, we're going to say thank you to our sponsors of this Carpool Honcho. Thank you for joining us, and join us next week, Friday, 7 a.m. for the premiere. So to the Crate Flexible Office Space, woo, thank you so much. Wonderful space. Get in there. You won't regret it. Amazing community. Secondly, to the marketing guys,
Woo!
Yeah, these guys rock.
thank you. And then thirdly, Business with Locals, our amazing networking forum. Get there, find the benefits of our networking, Business with Locals. Last but not least, Toyota New Zealand for these 4 amazing rubber wheels. Thank you so much. This is a great car.
Thanks, Toyota.
Woo!
Yeah.
Go well, guys.
Big wheels keep on turning. Count me home, see my